The value of a smile. A smile costs nothing, but it creates much. It enriches those who receive, without impoverishing those who give. It happens in a flash, and the memories of it sometimes will last forever. None are so rich that they can get along without it. And none are so poor but that they cannot afford it. It creates happiness in the home, fosters goodwill in a business, and it is the countersign of friends. It is rest to the weary, daylight to the discouraged. It is sunshine to the sad, and nature's best antidote for trouble. Yet it cannot be bought, begged, borrowed, or stolen, for it is something that is no earthly good to anybody until it is given away. And nobody needs a smile so much as those who have none left to give.
The value of a smile, I knew that that would be something that people would read. You know, in life, we're bombarded with signs and so on and so forth, the internet, so much so, but a rock, a 4,000-pound granite rock that we cut into the shape of a bench. Say, well, it's worth reading. And it's approximately 6.5 feet long by about 3.5, 4 feet high. And it's all lettered and been carved. Really a nice thing. And I don't think it can be overly emphasized. We just installed it last week, and we had a tremendous amount of people when the Hartrick from Hamilton was installing it on the foundation. Big job. I mean, the thing weighs 4,000 pounds. We used to have offices in Toronto, Hamilton, St. Catharines, Buffalo. But in Eastern Ontario, we used to go down there by appointment. And in Kingston, for an example, we'd go to the Holiday Inn down at 1 Princess Street, and people would come there, and then we would sell them the things. But you always had to be smiling. When those people come in, they make a decision on you in less than 4 seconds, whether or not they like you. And if they like you, they'll buy from you. So it's important, but we recognize that. And we've carried that through in virtually all selling and sales. You know, you're down there. I read the Kingston Whig Standard, the local paper in the Kingston area. And I seen where at KP they had a hobby shop. And I learned after going to Kingston Penitentiary in there and seeing the hobbycraft that they had more hobbycraft up in Joyceville, which is 15 miles up the street. So I went up there. And they make some mighty fine stuff. But what really got my attention was the petty point. That's a very fine 3-thread silk thread that makes a picture from just a piece of nylon. And you got to start you've got a guide, but you're doing it's all freehand, and it really requires good eyesight. Years ago, they used to make what was called the Pinky and the Blue Boy. And they were about 18 inches by 12, 13 inches wide. And they were beautiful. And there they used to print a book called the Telescope. It was printed for years. And I took an excerpt out of this particular magazine, and it was on the value of a smile. The donor of it remained anonymous. I never knew who it was, and it was only a very small thing on the bottom of the page. But I read it, and I said, wow, a guy can smile, and maybe he's in here. Well, that really takes some doing to smile and be locked up. And I'm not saying this guy was locked up. I don't know, because we don't know who the guy was, nor does it really matter. But the message was clear. The value of a smile. I thought, boy, you could go a long way on that. And so we always made it a point, and hundreds and hundreds of salespeople that we trained, we always part and parcel as part of the training procedure. But first, the value of that smile. It's absolutely free, absolutely free. You can't beg, borrow, or steal it. It's got to be freely given. Nothing in it for us. We don't make a nickel. I wish there was a place where you could put a loon in after we give you the message, but it's not there for that reason. It's there because we could do it. I mean, you walk up and down side streets all over the countryside, I can assure you, go from here to BC, you won't see another one of these sitting in front of somebody's house. Because it is important. It's important for children, it's important for adults, it's important for anybody. Joggers, people walking up and down with their dogs. It's important to smile. We should smile at one another a lot more. A little giggle wouldn't do any harm either.